All right, guys, Shotty T here. Got a special video here. You guys going to be in for a treat. We're going to be doing basically a whole day into like my day-to-day activities. So reset is about to start in like literally 5 seconds. So as far as verses go, our primary goal is to make sure that we're hitting as many boxes as we can each day. Obviously, I try to get all 9 if I can. Usually, day 2 and day 3 are my toughest days to get all 9 boxes, but I always at least get 8 boxes, which of course is 3.6 million. So we do have an exercise that's about to start in about 5 or 10 minutes. But what I'm gonna go ahead and do is get some of the checklist stuff out the way. So one of the things I do, if you're VIP, which I am, you can go ahead and collect those boxes there, and then your weekly, your passes, whatever. Of course, I haven't purchased anything this week, which is a rarity. No purchases at all. No custom weekly pass. No total mobilization. None of that. So only thing we just got is this ongoing VIP monthly pass, which we got 7 days left there, and you got that weekly pass, and I guess they don't have that Gorilla Pass anymore because I think that last day was yesterday. So, first thing first, now if this was yesterday night, I would have also did this alert tower thing with the campaign, which you have to make sure that you're doing this on a regular basis. It's 3 times a week, so it's just one of those fundamentals you have to get locked into the game. Uh, and we're day 3 versus, which is radar tasks and research primarily, and drone component chest. So we're gonna go ahead and get all these here, and might be to buy some time. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get this first blood out the way. Just one less thing to worry about. So usually I try to go for like a 220 or 230, and you just try to challenge yourself as high as you can go. And of course, I think today is going to be zombie invasion. It starts later tonight. I'll be asleep by the time it starts. And also the glacier monster, I believe. So you guys going to see quite a bit today. At least try to get as much done while I'm online. And while I'm at work, you'll likely get a voiceover. I'll still record it, but I might do a edit voiceover after the fact. So this video probably won't get posted towards until like tomorrow night, because it's Tuesday night right now. So we're looking for a 220 or 230. I saw a 210, but I'm trying to see if we can get a 230. 250 is out of my league, so we're not going for that. Might have to settle for that 210. There's a 210 right there. I mean, it's a nominal difference between the first blood of a 210 versus a 220 or 230. But there's a 230 right there. Actually, this 230 has already been targeted, so I might be able to finish this off. Nothing wrong with mooching every once in a while. So we're going to summon teammates there. And I am going to scout a base for this war boost. So let's go ahead and do that there. And because I have Warlord, so War Fever increases damage by 6% and hero attack by 5%. So that definitely does make a difference. So by the time this monster is down, I think exercise should be started. So what I'm going to do with my other squads for my radar task, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And that, well, I'll just march this squad towards this guy first. Knock him out, and then we'll mine that stuff. And this will give you guys a chance to look at the exercise. Now, I'm not going to record the entire exercise. I don't want this video to be too long, because it's probably going to be a good 40 to 50 minutes by the time everything is piecemealed together. And then I might do some edits to try to trim the fat, so to speak. So let's go ahead and knock that out. And I'll try to give tips here and there throughout. But again, it's all about having good time management in the game. You don't want the game to consume you all day. So, I mean, it is a social aspect to the game. So, if you got friends that are on the game, sometimes you get on the game more. I mean, unless you have their personal phone numbers, this is like the only way that you can get in contact with those, or maybe Discord, for example. So there's the first blood rewards there. So pretty good. You want to make sure you're taking advantage of that every day. That's free resources, speed ups, and a free survivor. I think once the first blood is 160 or higher, that's when you get these purple survivors. So make sure that you're doing those first bloods every day. And let's take a quick look at the arms race. So we got building power, construction speed up. So again, these are all little things. So usually what I do for the construction speed up part of the boost is that I just take any building that's nowhere near finished, which I'm probably gonna do. Uh, let's do the let's do the wall because I'm trying to get this stuff done as soon as possible. Don't have quite enough speed ups for that, so we're gonna have to use some generic speed ups, which is kind of counterproductive because a lot of times I use the specific speed ups. So when you open up the orange race boxes, you get more generic speed ups. So this is counterproductive, but you still get a lot of other stuff. You get resources, you get skill chip points. So, and more importantly, you get these boxes up here. So again, we got that done. And what else can we do while we're waiting for exercise to start? Okay, it is about to start now. So we're going to go ahead and I think my squad is marching back right now. Got 20 seconds left. So we're going to start our rally. And while that rally is started, I'll try to get some other radar tasks done behind the scenes. So again, it's all about multitasking on the game. All right, so here we go. So just kind of give you guys a sneak preview of what this looks like. You're going to see a lot of this in season 3 as well for those that are about to start season 3. A lot of sandworms that'll pop up. So they just made this a staple for Alliance exercise moving forward once you get past season 3. So let's continue this. We got 3 minutes between exercises. So we're not going to run any rallies. We don't want to distract people. So we'll wait for that Doom Elite rally for that radar task. Don't want to distract other teammates that are doing tasks. All right, so we're just going to do that there. And usually treasure digs are put on hold whenever exercise is going on. So there's my zombie Doom Elite kill, or Doom Walker kill, I mean. All right, so more radar tasks. So as you can see, if you just look at my versus points, I haven't even done anything major yet, and I'm about to hit 1 million. So this is how easy it is to get points for versus. So again, you just do the things you're supposed to do. You'll get easy points, and if you all week you can accumulate all these resources and just improve your account. All right, so I think those are all the radar tasks for this period. So by the time I wake up in the morning, there will be more radar tasks to collect. Of course, these two will be collected before I go to bed. All right, so we got a Alliance announcement. I pretty much know what that's about, but let's see. So we're gonna open these. Now keep in mind, these deluxe adventurer chests, you only get these when you unlock this survivor here, I believe. Yeah, so Taylor, the adventurer. So unfortunately, the only way you can get her is through the VIP pass. I think you have to purchase her on one of these items at the bottom. I think it's, let me see where it was. Yeah, right here. So the VIP 14, unfortunately, oh, no, VIP 7, sorry, I'm tripping. So yeah, so you can get her there, there. So I think if you end up getting all of those packages, you end up getting all 5 stars. And I forgot how much those packages cost, but they don't cost as much as the upper tier ones cost. So because I probably could have dealt without having her as a survivor in hindsight, so that was kind of money thrown away. But just to kind of give you an idea of what's ahead, you got other stuff. But I'm done purchasing those because I don't care about these offers down here. I don't really care too much about that. All right, so is this rally about over yet? We got 5 seconds left. So I want you guys to at least see one attack. All right, so let's see. We're marching towards it now. All right, let's see. So the thing about these, if you do a certain amount of damage, you'll cause them to go dizzy. And if they're dizzy, you can actually deal more enhanced damage per attack. So, and somebody just did it on our team, so that means my attack is going to do a little bit more damage than normal. And there are 3 different stages to this sandworm. We're almost through stage 1 right now. So once stage 1 is done, stage 2, you'll have random people on your team that'll be surrounded by sandworms, and you attack them to get like some boxes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my next rally here once I'm able to highlight the monster. Okay, there we go. All right, so what else can we do? Between these 2 rallies. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna wait for this. I think this monster is about to be in stage 2, so I'm going to prepare myself to help out a teammate that's gonna be entangled. You'll probably have about 5 of them roughly that'll be entangled. So let's see. Somebody should be attacking him pretty soon. Okay, I think I see some people march towards him now. Okay, there we go. So there's an entanglement there. So let's go ahead and knock that out. Any more entanglements? There's another one down here. And I'll use my other 2 squads are digging right now. So we're just gonna do this here. Okay, so he's down. That's a little box there. And then we got some others down here. Okay, now that other guy stopped digging. Okay. Yeah, so this is pretty much the exercise. Like I said, I'm gonna edit a lot of this stuff out. So, all right. All right, so we're in stage 3 of this monster. It's almost down. So by the time he's down, there's gonna be some reward chests that are gonna spread out. You can only get one. So that's kind of give you an idea. I just want to at least show you this stage 3 because he becomes much bigger and he changes color. So I think that's pretty cool there. And dig tasks are done. So we just got all we have left of this Doom Elite, but we will do that once exercise is over. But let's continue to our day-to-day stuff. So as I mentioned, just by doing the radar task alone, I got 5 boxes open. Now keep in mind, this mastery here for research does enhance your point gain when you get this maxed out. So increase all earned points during Alliance Duel, and also you get more credit for doing research, buildings, training, and killing folks. And then of course you got this enhanced points. So if you get all these maxed, of course this can only help increase your point total. So let's go ahead and do the drone components next. Well, let's finish that too. That's what I like about these bots. You get a lot of resources, some stamina, some speed ups, some shards. So that's pretty cool. But let's go ahead and open all these component chests. And these are just, I mean, these just come weekly without even doing anything. As long as you're participating in versus, doing the campaign, and just being active in an alliance, you'll get those components pretty straightforward. So let's go to this drone component. I don't think any of these are close to being promoted. This one is the closest, the one on the bottom right. But let's go ahead and merge all of these together, see what level we get to. That stays at 29. So that kind of lets you guys know it's going to be a while before I get to level 10 on these. So, but level 8s, they're feasible to get before the end of the year, maybe by the summer for one of these. Like this one can probably get there by the summer. We're at 83%. Because this is once a week. So I'm roughly getting like 1 to 2% per week. And so that's what, 8 to 10 weeks. So yeah, that's another 2.5 months. And we just started May. So yeah, it'll be in the summer, late July, early August by the time this one gets to level 9. And then probably close towards the fall for these other two. So look forward to whenever that happens. That should increase my power dramatically. Let's go back and check on this monster here. I think he should be down or close to being down by now. Let's see. Oh, he is down. I missed out on the boxes. I mean, it was small boxes. I think it was just some construction speed ups, which I'm actually low in right now. So I can go ahead and cancel this rally. And no point of doing a rally for a month that's already dead. All right, so let's go ahead and do the Doom Elite here. Radar task. So we can go ahead and continue to share what we do, because I'm going to be going to bed soon, probably in the next 30 minutes. So I'm just trying to get as much done front loaded as possible. So that way, when it's time, I don't have to worry about doing stuff at the last minute. But as you can see, those drone components got me to almost 3.6 million, which is the eighth box. So the radar task for the rest of the day will get me to 3.6 alone. So really, the rest of the way is just doing research speed ups, which I got plenty. And there's a treasure dig, by the way. And you're probably going to see a lot of these. I don't think I'm going to get any of these successfully because we got some fast diggers in this alliance. I don't even know if I'm going to get to this one in time to get participation rewards. I think I will. Yep, we made it. All right, so can we get this dig? Oh, we got lucky. We got 20 drone parts. Let's see what the times were. Oh, that's my fastest time ever. It would be on the live stream. 0.01. That is my fastest time ever. We had 3 people at 000. That is crazy, man. That is so crazy. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go back. And we got some more. We got some more treasure digs. Yeah, this is when it's fun on these radar task days, especially if you're in the active alliance. You can just remember those lessons I talked about, guys. Make sure you're joining an active alliance. This is the downside of being an active alliance, though. Those treasure digs are hard to come by. And now we got 2 digs going on at once. Which one is going to pop first? I think this one will. Let me just double check. Well, they're both close. This is so cruel. I think this one's going to pop first, though. All right, we got that one. We were too early. I was just a half second too early. But let's just see. What did we do? What was our time on this one? 0.01 again. I swear, guys, I never got 0.01 ever until this stream. And I've gotten 2 in one stream. Let's see. And I think I just clicked too early on this. I was trying to get at 000, I guess. I swear I've never got triple. I never got 000. All right, so there's some other people doing more Doom War because I've already got my first blood out of the way. All right, it's probably going to be another treasure dig or 2. But, hey, I'm 2 out of 3. I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, so what else can we do before we go to bed? So as far as the train, yeah, let's go ahead and send out the trucks. You don't get credit for this for versus purposes, but you want to send out these every day. And you accumulate these easily by opening all those secret task mystery boxes. So you can just refresh until you get all legendary, or if you get a purple one that got good cargo. So usually I assign my rush squads to stuff that's subpar. If I get a reindeer, this is a nice one. I do need some secret task refreshes. I'm very low on them. So I will send that to that squad. All right. And all right. That's normally I have higher standards for these. Okay, we'll take the reindeer for sure. So that reindeer is going to get plundered. So, and it is versus Warzone week. So we're only plundering 245. So what I'm going to do now I'm gonna see if I can plunder a couple. So pro tip, if you're wanting to search a server, there are two different ways. Now I have bookmarks. I have a little organization. You go to the special tab, and I got bookmarks in a lot of different servers, especially for secret task hunting on those start task days. And it's too early for start task hunting right now because usually the first start tasks don't come until like 2 a.m., which I'll be asleep. So most of my hunting usually happens in the morning once I wake up, and then during breaks throughout the day at work. So 2:45, you can either go, if you got a bookmark saved, you can just go that way, just pick a random coordinate. And this is how you use a bookmark. You just pick a coordinate, and whether it's a foreign field, and just hit this bookmark and confirm, and it'll save that coordinate. So for future reference, if you want to go there, you just click on it and go there. But if you're in the season, or in the Warzone duel, you just click on the Warzone duel tab here and go to grouping here, and then view 245. So that's another way to go there. And just like I did in that earlier video, just kind of zoom out the map, look for those yellow or purple trucks, and then see which ones got some loot that you like to loot, and just go for it. So I'm going to see if I can get a couple here for the sake of this video. That one's already been looted once. That one's been looted twice. It's the delayed reaction with these here. Okay, so that one has not been touched, and it got a decent load. So let's go ahead and attack that. Yep, I can attack this with this squad, not a problem. Okay. Ooh, that was a bad run. We got to go back at that again. I'll let somebody else get that. It's a good amount of leftovers there for that one. I didn't get a good RNG on that one at all. Yeah, that one's already been robbed. Yeah, so it's pretty easy. Just kind of search and share. And the last thing I'm gonna probably do before I call it a night on this part of the stream, I'm gonna do the wanted monster. I'm just gonna share this in the alliance. Like I said, it's better than nothing. Some people might need alliance rewards points. That reindeer's already been robbed. It's kind of hard to find a loose reindeer out here in these servers. I'm just gonna find one more here. There's one more that's worth robbing. Let's see. Usually I like to get shards or secret tasks. Tickets are okay. That's not quite enough, but I will share that with the alliance. Somebody else wants to get it. Let's see. Okay, this one got 2 shards and a secret task. I will go for it. All right, get that. Okay. Hey, this getting. So I guess because I was so good with these treasure digs, they're skimming me on these truck plunders. Okay, so we're done with that. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna do the wanted monster. So this is the one for the aircraft. So as you can see, 255 versus 245, we're up, but it's early. But you want to make sure you put your best attacking team. So I'm going to show you guys my special attack team. So obviously aircraft is my top squad. So the gear, usually I kind of switch gears around. And my team consists of Kimberly, Morrison, Skylar, Marshall, and Kimberly. So everyone has their best weapon already on them. The only one that doesn't is Marshall. So I'm going to take the weapon that I have on Stedman, take it off him, and put it on Marshall. So now we have Kimberly with her weapons there. Well, not Kimberly, DVA, then Kimberly, and then you have Skylar, and then you have Morrison, and then you have that. So those are my top 5 attacking weapons. So we're going to, and we still have that War Fever active for another 6 minutes. So you want to make sure War Fever is activated when you're attacking these so you can get the maximum amount of damage possible. So you might see something special tonight. I'm really close to the 8 billion milestones. If I get the 8 billion milestone, that's going to be more drone component chests to open today and 150 more drone parts. And 4 of these, this will be huge for day one next week. And nothing wrong with 5,000 diamonds. So we might get this today. Um, but I think I was helped out when I got that 7.9 million. So I don't know if I'm going to get it today. But hey, one can try. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Oops, I made a boo-boo. Let's see if I can retract that team. Cancel that attack. Can I cancel that attack? It won't let me. Ah, that's a wasted attack. But you get only 3 attack. Only the top attack counts towards damage purposes anyway. So, obviously I forgot to switch it around. So that attack is probably going to be like 5 million or maybe 6 million. Yeah, 6.4 million. So we'll wait for it to get back. It only takes 20 seconds. And I'm going to share, you can't really share the direct coordinate for that monster. Probably the game needs to update that, because I always have to find something near the monster and share it so people can actually see it. Because you want to make sure that everyone, as many people in the server as possible, are attacking this. And I'm going to share this same coordinate in the world chat as well. Make sure the rest of the server sees this. But yeah, as you can see, we got a lot of people that are attacking this. So let's make sure that we're setting up the right team this time. So let's take Lucius and Carly off. And then we're going to put in, I like to put Kimberly on the back row. So I'm going to put Morrison up there. And then we're going to put Marshall there and Kimberly there. And let's see what type of damage we do this time. So it's probably the good things you guys saw that. So that kind of lets this, so maybe this probably wasn't a bad thing that I unintentionally did my regular squad that has more balanced offense and defense that I normally use for 1-versus-1 matchups, because you don't want to attack a human being with all attackers, because their team is going to die quickly because they have no health pool. So, but when you're fighting these wanted monsters, they don't die. I mean, you're not gonna die by these. So you want to make sure. And we got the milestone. Let's go. We got it. We barely got it, but we got it. So we're gonna definitely share this. We're gonna share this in the Alliance chat there. We're gonna share that in the world, because I want other people. All right. Let's see. I'm just gonna share this lineup for aircraft wanted monster and new milestone hit. Okay. And we're going to share this too. Yep. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and claim this stuff. So you guys getting a lot of good treats today. So 150 drone parts and 4 of the level 5. So yeah, so these level 5s can be gotten with these different milestones. So let's claim those big goodies. And since it is day 3 versus, we're going to go ahead and open up these 5. And we actually got, see how we just easily reaccumulated these level 2 and level 1s. They're so easy to get. Just doing basic stuff in the game. So we're going to definitely reopen those. All right, so the drone component chest, make it right side. So now we are at 3. So we already got all but 1 box open. We haven't used a single research speed up or valor badge yet. So again, guys, it's pretty simple. All right, so let's go back to this here. I don't think I'm going to move the needle too much, but those level 5s, they do make a difference. All right, level 5 went to the wrong side, though. Okay, all right, let's see. Okay, good. So 3 of them went to the right side, so we should see some movement. So we got 2% increase there, 2% increase there, and more importantly, 2% increase there. So we might be able to get to here by June. Maybe, not really. Yeah, the next milestone is not going to happen for a while. So July, realistically, we'll get there. Okay, oh, we got another treasure dig. All right, so let's go here. Next treasure dig. Let's see if we can get another one. So again, guys, this action pack around reset. Take advantage of this. All right, and while that is digging, we're gonna go ahead and max collect R, because you get guaranteed rewards after you get 3 attacks done, but you want to do all 5 because you got to remember you still got the black market challenge ongoing. The one at boss, you get double the rewards now, and you have 740 bucks that you can earn maximum. So you want to take advantage of that max there. And let's see, can we go 3 out of 4 with the treasure digs? All right, here we go. Here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that messed me up. That messed me up. That was not nice. That was not nice. That pop-up messed up my dig collection. And I actually beat my own record. I think I got 8.1 on that. Yeah, 8.1. So we're just getting better and better. So we're going to just keep that energy going. All right, I said that was the last thing I'm going to do, but it's going to be one more thing I'm going to do before I end this for tonight. We're going to go to the champion duel, and this is the knockout stage. So we have 4 matchups left to go. So we got Kermit versus the wine cellar guy. I think the wine cellar guy is more powerful. I've done my research on this guy. He's definitely that. So he's that dude. And then, so we're gonna get the easy ones out the way. Eugene, I like Judgment Day, but Eugene account is just stupid. So those are easy ones. So let's do some research now. This is Arca, our former president, in 255. Looks like on paper everybody's putting money on him, but I have to look for myself. Arca is a pretty strong guy, but let's just look at the tail of the tape before we make our decision. So total hero power 315 million. Strongest hero power, Carly at 13 million. So 315 and 13 aircraft. And let's look at you. Yeah, your total power is really low for starters, compared to him at least. 304 million though, not too far off. So it's 11 million difference. But let's look at your strongest hero, Carly. Okay, so your Carly is closer to his Carly, so that means it's probable that in the best out of 3, his team is gonna win. So for that, I mean, we have to pick somebody because these are the only matchups left. So you have to go with where the money's going. You don't always have to follow the money though. That was a close one though. That was a close one. And we got one more left. Now the Sunshine guy is pretty strong, so everybody's voting on this other guy though. So let's see what this guy brings to the table. Gonna speed through this part because I spent a lot of time trying to figure out who I was gonna pick here in this matchup. I was just going back and forth, just analyzing it, psychoanalyzing it, and spoiler alert: the Sunshine person actually ended up winning. So, like I said, you don't always follow the money, but what happened was when you look at the history of the matchups, like of that tournament leading up to that. That's the benefit. If you're in the knockout stage, you can see your opponent's fight history leading up to that and their lineup setup, and then you can adjust your lineup accordingly to beat it. And that's exactly what the Sunshine person did. So he set it up where he had the class advantage in all 3 matchups, and a lot of times that's all it takes when the matchups are on so close on paper. Because even when you do the 3 versus 3 arena, you can beat somebody that has more power than you just by switching stuff around. So that's exactly what he did. And the same reason Arca also lost as well, 2-1. And basically the person just threw their first squad away and used their first and second best squad to fight Arca's second and third best squad. So the other 2 people ended up winning pretty easily. And just to kind of give you a further spoiler alert, the Sunshine actually beat the wine cellar guy, which again, switched around the matchup, so they're pretty savvy with that. But they're gonna face Ujink in the finals. I don't think any type of maneuvering is gonna beat Ujink, so that's how that went. But we're gonna cut it off here and continue. All right, good morning, guys. So we are continuing our little trek here. We did have an update that just took place, and I did a separate video for that. That's going to post before this one does, because this is going to have a lot of editing. It might not even go out today. To be honest, it might go out tomorrow because of all the editing that's going to be needed. So just to kind of continue what I do in my morning routine. So of course we look at the segment that we're going to try to accomplish. So usually on day 3, this one, what I do the same thing that I do for the construction. I just go straight here and just do speed ups, and then actually that one is about to finish. So we'll just do it for this one here. That way. Oh, we just got it. We did get it already. Okay, so we got all 3 boxes, and now we are at 12 for the day. And they did change the display. That was one of the updates that they got. And then since it's zombie invasion, we're just gonna see. I think I could do 100s now, so I'm gonna do a couple of these. And while that time is passing by, we're gonna do some radar tasks as well as the see if we can get a few secret tasks hunted. Now we're probably not gonna get all the secret tasks done this morning. Actually, it's another thing I need to do too, because my emergency room is full. But right now, my drill grounds are full, so I can't really do anything about that right now. So I do need to kill some troops heavily this morning, so that way, because I want to be able to empty out this in time for the war this Saturday. So that way, whenever my troops die throughout the rest of the week, I'll have at least 2,000 fresh troops to put right into the battlefield once that war starts. So I'm going to be going really heavy at this zombie invasion event just to kill a lot of troops. So just that's going to be my main agenda for the day. I'm not going to record a lot of that, obviously. So we're going to, of course, collect our visitors. The train from last night has arrived, and no surprise, that one was robbed. So it's just about the RNG of what's remaining. And a lot of times these do not end up being robbed. So that's because everybody's focused on the reindeer so much. But this person decides to rob this one for some reason. I guess they wanted those alliance points. And that's a 245 server. So they probably just did it for the Warzone dual rewards. I'll save that truck dispatch for tomorrow. I like my 5th truck usually to be a reindeer. So I should have just saved that. I'll keep those there to dispatch for tomorrow. Now, if it gets full, then I'll just get the best one. That's trash anyway. Well, it's going to come down to this one. Can this one be a reindeer? There we go. So it looks like they changed the display for this, because I don't remember it looking this fancy. All right, so we got that reindeer out. We got some radar tasks that accumulated overnight. So we're going to go ahead and get those done. All right, and we got some diamonds to dig out of these. So let's go ahead and dig these diamonds. We did have a treasure dig early this morning when I did the update video, so you guys didn't get a chance to see that. But the treasure dig race is definitely less competitive when I first wake up in the morning, because a lot of the West Coast folks in the Heart Alliance, they're still asleep. So actually, it's that treasure dig might actually still be there seconds later. Has all of them been claimed yet? Let's see. So that's how usually, yeah, it took 6 minutes for the last one to be claimed. So compared to like 0.05 seconds. So yeah, it's not as competitive in the mornings. But we're going to just continue to kill troops here. Probably not going to have the time I want to do secret task hunting. And I think today is our secret task day for the gold task, because I like to hunt so let's see if they're tasked to assist first, or which ones are on the horizon. I like to try to time it to where I can collect their task when they're about to harvest. We got one that's about to hatch in 2 minutes, so we'll go ahead and collect that in this stream. And the rest of these don't hatch until later in the morning. We got treasure map pieces to put together, but you don't have to do this every day. Just do that when you get a chance. You got all week to open all the secret vaults. I got 16 out of 20, so that's not urgent to do today right now. All right, this is ready to collect. All right, and let's go to server 245. Why not? Because yeah, let's go to 245 to see if there's some secret tasks that are shiny, ready to collect. So usually I like to go to the middle of the capital. Now I am keeping an eye on that First Lady, that VIP buff. Once that buff goes, I'm gonna have to temporarily go back to my base to collect. Because usually one of the things I do when I first wake up is that I collect all of my secret tasks. And actually one thing I forgot to do last night is to donate to the Alliance. So again, the little things you forget to do, but I'll go ahead and do that. And to make up for it, I'll use diamonds, because I got plenty of diamonds, so it's not a big deal. Because the more you donate, you get more of these Alliance points anyway. All right, so let's go ahead and temporarily, let's go back here, shake for the rewards, and let's go back to server 245. So this is why I save bookmarks. So 245, 235, 215, 254, 256, all of these servers have start task today. So if I can't find them in 245, I can always browse around in those other servers, because there's a rotation that these gold tasks, these shiny tasks are dispatched. You got servers that end in 4, 5, and 6 one day, and then the next day it'll be 7, 8, and 9, and then the next day is 1, 2, and 3. So you just kind of have to remember that rotation. So I got enough servers to search in all of those to search for these shiny tasks, because you're always going to have people that are going to dispatch their tasks prematurely, because in theory you're supposed to be sending out these shiny tasks on day 2 and day 6, but today is an exception for us because we're going to get another one on day 6 anyway. So for this one that dispatches on Tuesday reset, that's the one that you can freely use, because you're going to use it or lose it. So right now there's a lot of lag that's taking place while I'm searching for this task. So unfortunately, you guys probably won't see me catch one during this stream, because this, if you can see it from my perspective, it's acting very laggy while I am searching for the shiny tasks. There are a lot of them that are in motion, but they probably won't finish clicking until later this morning, kind of like my teammates. So we'll probably check again around 10 o'clock, but I will be at work, so you probably won't get my live voice. So that might be a voiceover segment there. I figured I'd use this opportunity to do a quick voiceover. So one other thing that I forgot to show you guys for today, because you'll see throughout the rest of the video, is that you make sure you do your daily tasks. I did ended up doing after the fact, but I wanted to make sure I showed you guys everything that I do for the day. So the daily tasks, that little walkie-talkie icon in the bottom left-hand corner, make sure you're doing that, as well as you unlock more stuff for that day. But yeah, we're just basically doing these zombies in the morning before I start work, and then we'll do more later that day. All right, we're back to the live. All right, we're going to continue here. So far today, it's been an atypical day at work. So normally I would have like a window to do other little things on this game, but unfortunately I had to wait until lunchtime. So the secret task, we still haven't done that yet. Actually, I missed the orange race for the last segment, so we're just going to go ahead and knock this out real quick. I don't normally recommend doing this for orange race whenever you have to do the XP for your heroes, but for my case, I'm just going to use 30 tickets, only because of the versus opponent this week. If we had a much more formidable versus opponent, I would not be using 30 tickets to satisfy the arm race. But either way, whether I use the tickets is less points wasted versus using one level to level up a hero. Like if I would have leveled her up to 159, I would have gained more arms race points than I would have with those tickets, and that would have been less versus points that I could use for day 4. So in theory, it's probably better to use 30 tickets. But as you can see, we've already maximized the boxes for today. So really, now this is around the time that our train goes out. So I'm gonna go ahead and board the train and see what train I like to be a member of. And hopefully I win the RNG sweepstakes. A lot of time I try to occupy the one that has the least amount of people in line. Like everybody wants that top one because of all the drone parts, but it's more than 5 people on there. So what I'm likely going to do, because this is just free stuff each day, so yes, it would be great to get the drone parts, but I think I'm gonna gamble today because the rest of the cards I'm really not thoroughly thrilled about. The one at the bottom is pretty good. It has some gold, the decoration chest, but I got gold is not my shortage. Actually, it's food and iron at the moment. So the first one or the third one would probably be better for me right now. But those drone parts has the best of both worlds. It has both the drone parts and it has the resources. So hopefully, cross our fingers, we get that. So our reindeer has arrived that we set out this morning. So we are done with the truck for the day. So let's loot some trucks, shall we? We got 2 left and 245, and we're gonna simultaneously hunt secret tasks because I didn't get a chance to do that. So what we're gonna do, let me backtrack. Let's check out our predictions for the Warzone duel. Did we go 4 for 4? Because it was a debate last night, and it looks like the Sunshine did win. Like you guys, well, it'll probably be edited out, but I waffled back and forth on whether I should choose the Sunshine person versus the other person because it was such neck and neck. And I almost picked the Sunshine, but then I decided to just follow the money. But this is a prime example of following the money doesn't always work. So, and I did some deep analytics and made that decision. So the rest of the 3 wasn't as stressful. So I should be, well, I lost this one too. So Arca lost to this guy, this person. So that was surprising. That was an upset there. That had to be an upset. So it must RNG does play a factor, but this was just an outright sweep at the top though. This one could have gone either way because it was 2-1. Yeah, so we totally missed that one. So there's the championship matchup here. We got ETL versus ETL, and we got DHJ versus DHJ. Now, this one is more straightforward. It should be Ujink versus the DHJ guy on the left side, and then Ujink is going to win it all. So that's my remaining predictions. All right, now let's go to the secret task. All right, so we're going to hunt for trucks and rob secret tasks at the same time. They should be more prevalent around this time of day. And actually, I need to send my secret task out too. And there we go. Right on cue. We got a gold one. Unfortunately, I cannot share with the Alliance because that was the last collection of that one. But yeah, but you can see, and you have to recognize which bases are English based, like United States based, and which ones are more Korean or Asian based. So I'm gonna save that for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the clock. We're at 7:50 so on the clock. So around 7:40. Well, I think I'm gonna go 7:41. I'm gonna go back to that bookmark and I'm gonna show you how I do that. I'm just gonna search around for the other stuff in the meantime. That way I don't lose my place whenever I do need to go back to that when that time is up. So let's continue here. So I don't know what happened last night with the lag being so bad this morning when I was trying to hunt the secret test before starting work. But yeah, so let's all right, so just what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna show you guys how it works. I'm gonna hit the search icon, hit the special, and then it's gonna go to the most recent thing you save, hit on go, and it'll take you straight to it. So when that's ready, I'll be able to collect it. So that's why I have to take a mental clock on when that should be ready to hatch. And that in the meantime just buys me time to hunt for the other secret tasks. Now, in a perfect world, you got alliance members that have already shared tasks, but they usually have an expiration date. You kind of have to jump on them once they're shared. So if I scroll up the chat and find them, they're probably already gone. So it has to be something that was recent in the chat, which I do not see. So we're just going to hunt them on our own. So this is probably the most time consuming part of the day. Now, this is just me. Now individually, there are plenty of these regular legendary tasks that anyone else, I mean, if you just don't want to wait, you can just collect those and get your quota for the day. But I try to cater my content to people that are low spenders or free to play, and even I even try to, I go in spurts where I don't spend any money at all. So I try to go for the optimal play. So if you're free to play, your key each day is to rob only the shiny task, because you get more of these boxes. You get 15 for those versus 6 for what I showed earlier, and you're getting all this ore. The ore helps you upgrade your heroes. Yes, speed ups are nice, because in that other one I showed, you had some 5 of the construction speed ups, but speed ups are so easy to get on the game via multiple sources. So yeah, you can get them through the secret tasks, but also those mystery boxes, there's a chance to get speed ups also. This right here, so you get speed up chests, and that's a common pull. So you can get speed up chests from the mystery boxes on top of the guaranteed stuff, which is the ore. You get way more ore from the shiny boxes than you get from the research ones. I think the research secret task gives you like 80 of them if it's a 5-star. So this is another one. Now this one has less than a minute left, so I'm just gonna stay here. I mean, I could try to hunt around for 30 seconds, but sometimes you lose track of time when you're going all over the place, and then next thing you know, it's already claimed. But I'm gonna mentally count to 30, and then I'm gonna go back to that one, and there's another one. Up, see, that's why I did it. So now we found the 6-star one, so that's 16 boxes. I'm gonna share that with the alliance, and now we're gonna go back to that one that I bookmarked, and we're gonna delete the bookmark because we don't need it anymore. And we're just gonna wait for the clock to tick to 0 and be prepared to pull the trigger time it hits 0, because you have to assume other people are hunting this, or you got other people in the other person's alliance that's ready to assist on it, because more times than not, that's the case. So it looks like they moved the share from the left side to the right side. That was the game update apparently. So yeah, so you have to make sure that you're, and speaking of timely, now we get a chance to assist 3 other teammates with start tasks. Let me see if I have more that are in the queue. We got one in 27 minutes. I might be able to get that before going back to work. And the rest of these might be able to get bungle or temper when I get off of work. So I'm going to target both of those when I get off. But I'm going to try to see if I can get this one in 30 minutes while I have that luxury. So let's go back and see how much time we have on these. We got 5 minutes on that one, and we have 4 minutes on that one. So roughly 7:41. I just have to remember the timing that I put for myself. And are those the only 2 ones left for today? Yeah, so if I do those, that's it. So we're going to set that aside. Let's see if we can do something else to kill the time in the meantime. Again, it's all about being efficient on the game. So we're going to do some more zombie invasions. Unfortunately, I cannot do any 110s. So it's 105 is the biggest I can do, but I need help to do that. I can't do it by myself. So hopefully we got enough people online to take this down. And then what I'll likely do before the day is out is hunt some individual zombies on my own, because you get more points if you discover a zombie boss and it gets defeated. You get like 300 of these credits, trade store credits, versus if you just start a rally for something that someone else found, you only get 80. And in this case, the discoverer for 105 gets 400 medals. So it's definitely more worth your while to kill these individual zombies to discover these, because if you discover these, you get more points. So at some point, I'm going to put all this stamina into use to get all of that. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna do this glacier challenge after reset, so you won't see that in this video, but it's pretty straightforward. You just it's almost like a mini exercise. You're just whittling down his health. He'll occasionally freeze some people. You have to break the ice. So this kind of goes back to season 2, and it shows the ice breaking reports. We last had this 2 weeks ago. I got frozen a couple of weeks ago, and somebody broke my ice. So that's all you're doing there. Nothing crazy. And we got another update. Secret vault glitch. Okay, hammers. All right. Speaking of hammers, I got time to do that. So let's do that. Let's do these radar tasks first and foremost. While they're there. Again, you always have to just kind of do that. And notice I don't purchase any more radars. I mean, they are available for purchase for like $4.99 once you're low, but I just don't bother with it. And so that's how you can do it down there, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Okay. Okay, so we still got 2 minutes left, so let's get some of these out of the way with the secret vaults. So we got enough hammers to get to 20. So let's see if we can get this out of the way. We're just gonna, all right, so we got that there. And all of these I'm selecting are with purpose. I don't just randomly click. I try to use logic and reasoning when I'm doing this so I can minimize hammer usage. Because if you realize the shape of the item that you're uncovering, you don't have to go row by row because you're going to run out of hammers. So I'm just using logic. Okay, so this one is going to be a big one. All right, and the other two, I'm just going to scatter my pickings here. Okay, there we go. So the other one, okay, I got a little lucky there, and I got really lucky there. So that was pretty optimal that particular round. All right, and I'm waiting to see if there's a express round here. Oh, got lucky on that one there. Okay, we got lucky there. So we'll uncover that. And it looks like it's probably going to be over here. Yep. And the other one, I'm going to click this middle one. Yep. Bam. So I minimized the amount of hammers used to collect that one. And I believe those secret tasks are about ready. So we're going to go ahead and go over there. So again, just being efficient with the time. All right. And just keeping that time on the back of your head. All right, got 36 seconds left on that one. Let me just double check to make sure. Okay, yeah, so that one is first. So let's take the bookmark off of this one and be ready to collect. And we did beat that 105. Great. So again, time management is key, not just on the game, but in real life. If you're more productive with your time in real life and on this game, you get more stuff. You get more stuff done, and you're a more valuable member of society. Okay, it's just as simple as that. All right. Okay, we collected that in time. Nobody else was eyeing it, so we were. Again, I'm so used to that share icon being on the right side, on the left side. And I think I might have wasted time on getting this secret task. Nope, just in time. Bam, we got that there. We're going to share with the Alliance. Somebody else already claimed it, so it's only one redemption left. And just like that, we were 5 out of 5 plundering legendary starred tasks only. I'm going to go ahead and deploy mines. I have to get back to my home territory for that. So keep in mind, these start tasks hatch in 4 hours. So this will be hatched by the time I get off work. And the ones with the oil also have 1 hour, 4 hours. Now these, because this is not day 2 or day 6, I just launch these whenever. If they rob a purple task, so be it. I don't lose much being robbed from those. But the remaining one of these, I will wait until later in the day, because if I were to set it now, they will hatch before I get off work, and then I do risk losing some stuff. So I'm just gonna do a mega refresh, and then we're gonna wait to deploy those probably in about 2 hours, so that way I can collect both of these at the same time, because these only take 2 hours to hatch versus 4 hours here. Okay, so I think that's a good stopping point there. So I think the last thing you're probably going to see me do for today is 'cause I'm not going to have you guys watch me just hunt a bunch of invading zombies. It's probably just going to be arms race, but you guys pretty much got a general gist of my day-to-day activity, because I don't want this video to go too long. But just to let you know what we got going on, we have this glacier challenge at reset. We have Alliance exercise. I think that starts. What? Nope. So the only thing we got at reset is just that glacier exercise. I do have one more attack there. Right now we're behind. Let's see where we are for the week. So right now the attacking rights is still on our side, but the pendulum can swing based off of this wanted boss. That's a lot of points. Let's see who's number one. So at least we'll get the MVP, so we'll get points for that. But it's going to be a tight race all week to determine fighting rights. Let's open these boxes. I don't leave boxes closed. I always open boxes when I get them. So let's just go ahead and collect all of that. And this, I think that's, yeah, it's nothing else. But you guys get an idea. It's just all about putting stuff on a schedule and planning accordingly. I do plan on making sure I max out these boxes for versus. I'm almost at 7.2 million. So what I'll likely do at some point before this day is over, I'll apply for the Secretary of Science or the administrative assistant, which the lines are actually short for both of these right now. So at any time I could just do that, and I can actually finish this task right now. And that gets me a little closer towards it. Now I'm at 6 million. So what I'll likely do is start another task that involves combat data.
Valor badges.
Done, so that way I can start this and use 1521 battle data
Valor badges.
to the next threshold. So that's going to be the next thing I'm going to open up. Once that is, I'll use speed ups to finish that out, and I'll wait for buffs to use it for this next item here. All right, guys. So that's gonna do it. I do have. I think the only thing I got left is this here, the arena. Haven't done that yet, but that takes about 5 to 10 minutes. So that's nothing. That's something I can just casually do when I get off work later today, because I'm gonna try to edit some of this stuff right now, because that takes a lot of time. All right, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll talk to you later.